Well, welcome to the glorious sunshine. It looks like spring has finally sprung here in the UK, and everyone in the car collecting fraternity knows what that means. It means wakening most of the cars up from their winter slumber and getting them on the road again. We fired up the Maserati yesterday, took it for a spin around the block, and no Italian lights, which is a great feeling. It means that's one less to sort out. Anyway, this is about the 7 Series Das Boot, or the Great Land Yacht, or whatever you want to call it. The first attempt at filming this intro, I did a beautiful time lapse. The second attempt, I had no audio. I don't know why. Just, you know what, just making sure. Yes, all switched on apparently. So hopefully you can hear me this time. 7 Series, beautiful thing. Watched it yesterday. We went out for dinner. You know what? That's what it's all about. Using the cars, enjoying them, and a beautiful limo. You never see one on the road, or I rarely see them anymore. But they have such presence, such poise, such elegance before they got a bit toothy later on. Anyhow, if you watch the auction video, there's a clue. This car's got a playlist. You're jumping in on this one, hey, you may as well go back and look at the buying process at auction. We got lucky with this one. No nasty rattles. A few little bits and pieces still to sort out. We've got the door actuator. We've got the washer pump for the main washers, the headlamps and the intensive wash that works fine. So we've got a way of cleaning the windscreen anyway, but the tank is really small. This is about the Apple CarPlay. A little box arrived a couple of days ago, and I'm going to open it up a little bit later and talk you through the kind of process. This thing has got a gorgeous 4x3 original telly, no navigation, no DSP, digital sound processing in it. So that simplifies things a little bit, but it has the TV tuner, which I should be able to tap into and get an AV signal, whether it be through the rear view camera or whether it be through the sort of the TV in type thing. The only problem with the TV is it's a mono audio only, where if I can tap it in through the existing kind of system, I might be able to get a stereo system using the reverse camera in and then tapping it out into the stereo audio of the CD changer. All sounds very complex, you know, but getting a bit blowy. Hope the camera stays put for the moment. It's very flimsy on a little tripod, so anyway, we'll take it from there. At the auction, you may have noticed that I thought the bonnet had been resprayed on this car. It's just been very mucky. It was dull. Still need a mop on it, but Maguire's clay bars, fantastic thing. Spent yesterday afternoon kind of doing the bonnet. It's all kind of getting there, silky smooth. 1 or 2 stone chips still evident, and that all lends itself to believing that it is actually the original. All original panels on this. If you're a collector like me, 20 years ago it was all about restoring a car to better than factory. Now it's about preserving these cars for what they are, trying to keep them as original as possible. So let's have a look inside at the TV that's already there, show you what I'm attempted to do, and then we'll get round to the business end of the boot and or the trunk for our American friends, and have a little look at the CarPlay unit and see where we go from here. As usual, I'm Ed, and this is Backroadhero. So let's get into here. This is the magic. Look at that. One of 13 beige leather interiors with the cherry piping. There's this, and the paint combination makes the car so special. If you've seen the previous videos and the playlist and buying at auction and all the rest of it, it turns out this is one of just 48 romantic red cars. It's one of 13 with this interior. Now the chances of another car having both is very slim, so you may be well looking at a one-off thing. But here's the TV I talked about. There you go. A beautiful 4x3, and what really is nice is this wooden surround. If we were going to replace this with a big head unit, I'd have to remove all of that, but it fits so well with the rest of the car. There's no DSP in this car, which is the digital sound processing. No fancy speaker setup to worry about when it comes to changing the radios on these things. But let's have a little look in the boot and the surprise that awaits us. I still can't get over these soft open and soft close. There we go. Why they thought to do that, it's not fully electric, and then when you close it again, there you go. Wonderful. Right then, here's a box of tricks. As I said, I'm not sure whether I've bitten off more than I can chew on this one. So, it's not very big. There's the size of my hand. There's the main control unit. There's the little controller that is going to sit in order to select the icons, etc, etc. There's the microphone that will eventually get routed around the place, and these are the little outputs. You've got a video out and you've got left and right in the traditional sense. Traditionally, right is red and white is left. Don't know why they do it. These are little adapters I have got off eBay, and more importantly, it's the little pins. So I'm going to splice into the existing TV inputs in order to make this all work. I'm not sure how much of all of this I'm going to use. There's a USB extender. There is some little fuses that tie in to get the power to the unit. But now the limiting factor. I was hoping to mount this into the side here. If you don't know these things, the radio is all in here. Now, in order to get at it, you've got to take this section out. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Right, perfect. So, this is the TV unit, just in here beside the CD changer. That is redundant now, by the way, because I've got the Bluetooth unit plugged into where the CD changer would have been. We'll see how it goes. I might reinstate it down the line, but we'll have to wait and see. These are the little blue plugs and the white plug in there. I can, really difficult with one hand. There we go. Take it out, and I can get into this unit and these pins using, we take this little black thing out and we can get into the pins, and hopefully, if I do it all correctly, I can splice in these little bad boys into there, giving some tails out for the various inputs. Bunch of wires. Anyway, initially the plan was to mount this somewhere in the trunk stroke boot and run the various wires forward, because all of the AV stuff is kind of in this section, and all I really needed was kind of 5 meters or thereabouts of the microphone cable in order to reach the right place. Unfortunately, what is stopping this process is this. It's the little control for the icons, because of course I'm not going to put a touch screen in it, and it's important that I have something in order to control the icons, very much like the Alfa Romeo. So now we are restricted essentially to placing this within distance of this and where we sit. So if you forgive the Air Force doing their maneuvers, obviously practicing for invasion somewhere, and we've also got a USB. So in conjunction with that, I think I'm going to have to mount this a bit closer to inside the car. All I need is a ground and a permanent and an accessory. So to tap into, that's all I need. I'll be able to find possibly one or t'other, or with a cigarette lighter or something in around the ignition, etc., etc. Find somewhere for this. There is another port and wiring for this into the second one. However, it seems to be a 14-pin line, and it's got things like AV ins. If I wanted to do that, I could. Illumination control, okay. And we've got key 1 and 360 DET, 360 detect, and then the little 3-pin touchscreen input. So not going to need any of that. What then it means to it all, I'm going to have to tap into the to the 3 plugs that I showed you via these. So forgive the fact that they're mismatching colors. Let's get the caps off. And first of all, we realize the mistake. The mistake is the fact that I've got 2 lots of females. That doesn't bode well, because they won't work. I can get little adapters, so maybe that could be the way. On the other hand, what I could do, I could get a triple extension, male to male, pop these in, run the triple, the length of the car, whatever I need, and be able to do that there. So that's possibly worth looking at. That's what I'll do. So the journey continues on the AV front. Apart from that, we're loving the 7 Series. It's unique on the road. You don't see too many red ones around. Done the old taillights, done all the bits and pieces. Yeah, delighted with it. Still got the washer bottle to do. Got a rear actuator for one of the doors. So there's the 7 Series update. I kind of hope you like what I'm doing here. Sitting chatting to myself. We'll do one day at a time. I think I'm just going to throw the videos out there, have a chat, and take you along the journey. Of course, it's got a playlist. You can jump in at any point you want, right away from buying at auction. That's a big gamble, folks. Big gamble. Didn't even get a chance to check any check engine lights and the check control, etc., nor did I hear it run. So I couldn't tell whether the timing chain tensioner and stuff like that was, or timing chain guides on this was dodgy or not. I've got lucky on this one. So far, so good. But you know what? You can buy a real pig at auction. There's a reason the reason it's there. I think the reason we found on this one was the no crank, no start. Changing those couple of little bits, reflashing the EWS immobilizer. You can see that on the previous update. Reflashing the EWS and changing the little key code reader, the chip reader, seems to have solved the problem. Short journeys only for now, until we've built a bit of confidence. But you know what? I think it's got 30-50 miles on it now, doing that locally. You put the key in and you put it into position 2 and you can hear the fuel pumps cranking up. That's what happened, the lack of which happened before. So I can tell before I hit the start. Put a new start switch in it as well. Don't know whether I mentioned that one or not. They arc because there's a lot of current going through them. So that was done as well. But that made no difference. I did the start switch first of all, and the no crank, no start was still there. So you know what? It's got a new start switch in it, and that is that. So yeah, thanks for following the journey. More to do on this one, as and when. Beautiful weather outside in a t-shirt. Imagine in the UK in a t-shirt. So I'll make it quick. Thanks for following the journey. The BMW stuff isn't getting a huge amount of traction at the moment. I don't care. I really don't. This is not why I started the channel. I started it to kind of help people along the way as to what you can do with these cars. Can you spanner them yourself? Are they huge money pits? Are they enjoyable? Pluses and minuses. As I say, it's all about the journey. You just don't know what's around the next corner. So for now, I'm going to get the wiring diagram out, kind of work out where we're going to go from here. I need a 5-meter kind of AV extension, male to male. I'll get that one sorted for Amazon before we start on this. And yeah, Hey, thanks for coming along. All the best now. Bye bye.